Agri SA is concerned about the effect of drought on agriculture in South Africa. Its latest report has found that over 37% of rural communities are affected by it. The organisation says the country isn't prepared for these types of disasters. It says government should acknowledge the crisis and implement measures to alleviate the situation. Christa van der Rede from Agri SA joins us from our Pretoria studio. Very good morning to you. I believe you have a plan.
Good morning, and good morning to your listeners. Indeed, our plan is really to support our farmers out there, because without our farmers we won't have any food in South Africa. So part of the plan includes engagement with government. We've had an interaction with the Department of Agriculture and Forestry, and there's a plan on the table. We're also engaging with the banks. We ask the banks to have more empathy with our farmers. Remember, fodder only, or a bit of water or humanitarian aid will not solve this problem. We need the banks to come to the table to assist our farmers with lowering interest rate, or give them a holiday in terms of their payment, etc. But more importantly, we call on the public to assist our farmers out there.
How?
I always say that our farmers have been supporting us for over many decades. It's now time that we support our farmers. And let's us support the Agri SA Drought Fund. People are donating money, they're donating fodder, they're donating diesel, donating transport, donating humanitarian aid, because there are many communities, farmers and farm workers, that are really feeling isolated, and they live in deep rural areas, and they're going hungry at this point in time.
What will you do with the money that you get?
We have been rolling out quite a comprehensive strategy for the past 4 years. We've assisted about 14,000 farmers, trucking fodder to these areas, also assisting with humanitarian aid. We're working very closely with some of our big retailers, and they have supplied farm workers and farmers with food hampers, etc.
And do you have sympathy from the government and from the banks that you've spoken to? Will they step up and take this challenge on?
Indeed, I think government has come to the table. They've made 30 million rand available to the Northern Cape. They've made 50 million rand available to the Western Cape. And I see the Eastern Cape provincial government has also put a plan on the table, or a budget on the table, to assist those farmers. And we really applaud that. What we are saying is that work very closely with organized agricultural structures, so that we ensure that the money or the aid gets to the farmers on the ground. That's often the problem, that money goes to middlemen that act as buyers of fodder, etc., and then the fodder or the money is not spent in the way it's supposed to be spent, and the fodder doesn't get to farmers in distress.
I believe
So
there's a lot of impact at the
that.
moment on the grain, the red meat and the game industries as well. Talk us through that.
Now, the red meat is suffering a double whammy. They rely a lot on exports to international markets, and we've seen again an outbreak of foot and mouth disease. That means that the ban that was imposed on exporting meat to international markets, that ban cannot be lifted. So there's another 2 years now that we will have to wait for those exports to get out of the country. Remember, exports bring in foreign exchange. Exports is a massive job creator, and in that regard we really call on government to make sure that government institutions such as the veterinary services and all the other kinds of services that they play their role in terms of preventing such outbreaks. Grains, we wait for the rains to come. We've seen some rains here in Gauteng, and we really feel good about it, but we need some more rains, especially in areas such as the Free State, so that we can have good grain production. And then the drought has really has a negative impact on our wildlife. We've seen that in Zimbabwe people are shifting wild elephants, for example, to areas where there's more water and more grazing. In South Africa, especially Northern Cape, our wildlife farmers are suffering huge losses due to the drought.
All right, Christa van der Rede, good luck with your plan. Let's hope people chip in and help the farmers.